Hi, welcome back. For reading today, we are going to continue working with summaries and making good summaries. Yesterday, I read to you Angelina and Alice and how they worked together to be friends. So let's review because you are going to fill out a blank organizer like this. I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit, but let's just review what our summary needs to include. So our summary needs to include the book title. Then it's going to include the somebody, meaning who or the characters. So we had Angelina and Alice were our main characters. Angelina wanted to make a handstand. What was the problem? She wasn't good at handstands. But what kept them from getting what they wanted? The other kids laughed at her. So, what did they do to solve the problem? Alice helped Angelina learn how to do it. Notice how in these boxes, I didn't really write incomplete sentences. That's okay, because those are just notes. That's what a graphic organizer is for. But at the bottom, remember, we're going to use our notes from the top to create a summary on the lines below using sentences. So we're just going to work from the top to the bottom. So the first thing I did was talk about my book title. My book is called Angelina and Alice. Usually we underline book title, so try doing that. Then I'm going to explain who my characters are. Angelina and Alice were practicing gymnastics. Now I'm going to go to my wanted or my problem. Angelina wasn't as good as Alice. But what happened? The other kids laughed at her, so Alice helped Angelina learn how to do it. They were good teammates and friends. So I added one last sentence to kind of wrap up my paragraph. So I was able to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. You could probably have 6 or 7 if you wanted to break up and add a little bit more detail. So try to hit 5. Make sure you're including the title of your book and your graphic organizer. So you're going to do the top part first, then take what you wrote at the top part, make it into complete sentences, and use the bottom. So to do this, since I'm not here passing out your papers, on the lesson plan for today, I included a PDF version, which is ready just to print. So if you want to print it out and write it, that's an option for you. Or you can go to the Google Doc that I made. Hopefully this works. And the way I send it to you can only view it right now. But if you want to type it, which I think would be really fun, you're going to go to File, Make a Copy, and then it's going to show up as this. You can just leave it or add your name. Hit OK. And then once it loads, you'll be able to type on it. Waiting. There we go. And then remember, you can always change this if you forget. So once again, you're going to add your name. Add your book. Charlotte's Web. And then you're going to add your characters. When you are doing it, you can just pick like a picture book, kind of what I did. Otherwise, maybe just pick like a chapter or two of a chapter book. It has to be a fiction book right now. Fiction books have to have characters, problems, solution, setting, all that stuff. So like a who was book wouldn't work right now. And a did you know book or who was book, those wouldn't work right now. You need like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Junie B. Jones, Dogman, all kinds of that kind of stuff. It could be something that you've read on Epic that you really enjoyed, but make sure that it's a fiction book. So let me just finish my example here. So Fern wanted to take care of Wilbur, but her parents said no. So they decide to let Wilbur live at Zuckerman's farm so Fern can visit. All right, so you're going to fill out that chart first, and then on the bottom, the lines will move, so don't worry about it. My book is called Charlotte's Web. The young girl, Fern, wanted to keep the baby pig, Wilbur. So I have my book title and I have my first sentence including my characters. Next, I need to know Fern, and I included Fern wanted to keep the baby pig Wilbur, but her parents said no, so they let Wilbur live at Zuckerman's farm so Fern could visit him. And then you might want to add one or two more sentences. Then if you're done doing it on the doc, you're going to hit share. Because right now you're the owner of it. Then you're going to add my email address, bbodoh@gracesystem.org. And then you'd hit send. And you're all done. So I look forward to reading your summaries of some of the fiction books that you've been reading. Until then, happy reading.